Hi and welcome to Swedish Dennis. Today, as you can see, with the GLE400d Coupe. Looks interesting, right? Let's check it out. So what we have here is of course the AMG styled package. It's of course not a real AMG because it's a 400d, but it's at least the package. It has this AMG style air vents, it has the diamond grille, the 22-inch wheels, and in the back the air vents again, and the diffuser under the car, which is actually a fake diffuser, but still. You also get the fake exhaust pipes. So, as we sit inside the GLE Coupe, I will now show you all the features. In the door you have the nice looking Burmeister sound system. You have the controls for the right passenger seat if you want to change it. You have the air condition for the seats, which you can choose in 3 different positions. You have the seat heating, which is also in 3 different positions. You have the electric seat for the headrest, for the back, for the bottom, and you can even extract. Here, of course, you have the window, front and back, and the mirrors. And then we come to the big screen. It is a really nice and bright screen. With the touchpads on the left side, right above the cruise control, you can change the look and feel of the screen. You just go to the styles and display settings, and then you can choose from classic, to the sport, to the progressive one, and in the new models you also have the understated. In the progressive settings and in all the other ones, you can also change the look and feel of everything you can see on the display. For example, if you want to change in the middle, the kilometers, the speed, the consumption, all the bonus miles you can add, the from start, from reset settings, yeah. But on the left side, where the speedometer is, you can also have the time and the date, from start display, from reset display. You can have the trip itinerary, the radio station, also the off-road driving, and back to the normal kilometers. On the right side, you can do the same. You can go through all the different modes you want to have. You have also the navigation system, for example, the G-force, the driving assistance, the 4MATIC, the suspension, and the RPMs. This is all you can do on the left display. You can of course also have the assistance heads up, but you can also have the telephone there. You can have the navigation system there, but right now I don't have anything programmed. You can have the trip, as I showed you already. You can have the radio station there. You can have the media, and you can look at the service. In the service you have things like where you can check your AdBlue settings, the tires. Okay, it doesn't show yet. the Assist Plus, if the coolant is okay, engine oil level, and the consumption info. Of course, this car I have been testing, so the average consumption is a little bit higher, but I think for how I was driving it is quite fair. So that was the main display in front of the driver. Let's look at the other one. So this display you can use by touch, by the touchpad, or by the steering wheel's touchpad. So you have 3 different ways to use it. What you can also do is say, "Hi Mercedes,
how may I help you?
Show me the weather in Malmö."
Currently it is partly cloudy in Miami with a temperature of 29 degrees.
I wish I was in Miami. So, as you can see, she doesn't understand everything, sadly, but you have all the different kinds of things you can check through it, and the display is really nice and reacts immediately. When you have the navigation system, for example, you can zoom in, zoom out by using the display as it is your iPhone. If you want to add a new address, you just press the where to, enter the address. For example, if I want to drive to Malmö now, and then it will start guiding you there. If you want to cancel it again, you press the display again and cancel it. You have all the different radio stations here. So let's turn it off. And you can also just swipe through them until you find the radio station you like. Or you can use also the touchpad by swiping from the left to the right or right to the left. So it's pretty cool. Of course, you have in this car the Burmeister sound system. So you can have this, the focus of the Burmeister sound system on all seats, for example, as I have it right now. You have the sound profiles, the Burmeister sound profiles. You can have pure and the surround sound. I of course have the surround sound because it is a much more intensive sound. You can connect the media, of course. You have the comfort settings where you have the seat, different seat kind of functions. This car doesn't have the massage function, sadly, but it has something that is energizing comfort, which means the seat is moving around a little bit. It goes to the front a little bit, up a little, so it keeps you awake and a little bit moving. Yeah. You have of course also the ambient lighting, where you can choose between the colors, about the brightness. You have many colors, 64 colors actually, and you have everywhere the stripes. For example, you have them here, you have them around here, you have them around the entire car. I will show you later a little bit. You can also have multicolor, where you just choose, for example, one theme, and then the car will change the color while you're driving, like in waves. It's actually also really nice. What do we have more here? Energizing coach. Yeah, that's not so much more. You have the car information, for example, about the car, of course. I don't know how much we get now because we are not driving. But for example, if I press the accelerator or the brake, you will see it here. You have all the information about the engine, the battery voltage, charge, air pressure, engine torque and engine output. If I now accelerate again, you see it is moving. You have also the consumption, and well, as you can see, it is a fun car to drive. Let's say it like that. As you can see by the fuel usage. You have also the App Store. I don't have my iPhone connected right now, but you have the App Store where you can actually use also the browser or the apps from your phone. You have also the store, the Mercedes Me Store, and you have also the car settings. And the car settings, I like it a lot. The first page you get to, you have like this quick access for the ESP, for the shifting, for the parking, for the heads up, for the steering, for the lane control, alarm. This is when they tow the car, for example. You have the DSR. You have even something for the car wash, where the car actually prepares everything. The car goes into the highest level, the mirrors are folded, the Parktronic is off, the rain sensor is off, the sliding sunroof is closed, and the windows are closed. So for example, right now, if you look at the mirrors and I push start, everything closes and it's ready for the car wash. Then I push stop again and it goes to normal. So I really like it because you have everything on one. Then you can go to the assistants, where you can adjust, for example, the camera parking, the warning tone. You have the traffic sign assistant, where you can choose different kind of settings you would like to have the visual, because otherwise you will hear a warning tone every time you just drive a little bit too fast. Then you have the active lane keeping assistant that I will show you later when we start driving, where you can actually decide how it should warn you when you're leaving your lane. You have the active brake assist, which is also quite nice. You have the attention assist, which is kind of, if you're, for example, driving in heavy wind and you move a lot the steering wheel, for example, it will tell you, oh, you need a brake, because the car thinks you're not paying attention. You have the active blind spot assist, which is really nice. For that you have in the mirrors this small, I don't know if you can see it now, maybe I can show you later. It warns you if something is in your blind spot. You have, of course, all the car information there as well. You can set a winter tire limit, for example. I like the German way, 240, 230, 220. What is the small? Oh, 160 is the is the slowest one, yeah. Okay. You have the auto seat adjustment, meaning you can say, oh, I'm actually, you can say 195, for example, centimeters, and it will try to position you as comfortable as possible. You have the belt adjustment, of course, which is really nice, because when you enter the car, you close the seat belt and then it pulls you a little bit into the seat. Then you have the light settings, where you can choose, of course, the ambient light, as I was just saying, with all the 64 colors. You can also choose about if you're driving on the left or on the right, where you can just say, oh, I'm going on for vacation to England, for example. Then you choose to the left side traffic or to the right side traffic. Earlier you had to glue some paper things or on the headlights, but this is not needed anymore. And of course you can also decide about the system. It's again the styles, as I already explained, the display brightness, the display day and night settings, the controls, the audio, Wi-Fi, all the other things you need. So this was the display. There's not much more, I would say, but as I said, it's a really nice display, and you can also do the search for things, but we don't need that for the moment. Here in the middle you have the cold and warm settings for the two temperature zones in the front. We have also temperature zones in the back. You have the auto, the max, you have also the warning lights, the parking heater. Actually, a really cool thing, I will try to show it to you. If I raise the temperature, the lighting goes red for a second. If I cool it, okay, now it's already in blue. it is blue. But if I raise it, it switches to red. What a nice gimmick. Here in the middle, you actually have space, a lot of space. You can charge your phone here in the front, wireless. You have USB-C, 2 ports. You have the cigarette lighter, and then you have the chilled or warmed cup holders. Meaning, you put it in your bottle, you decide if you want to have it cold, and it will start cooling. In case you have your coffee there, you just switch to warm and it will heat up. I tried it, it is actually getting really cold and it's keeping your drink cold. In the middle you have the MBUX touchpad with some controls like the home button. Here you can, when you listen to the music, switch to the next song, you just press it. Even if you're in the navigation screen, for example, you can always just press here and choose whatever you want. You have the dynamic driving modes, you have the parking system, you have the car system, your favorites. On the right side you have the navigation system, the radio media and the telephone button. And in front you have the volume. As I said, there's a really nice armrest while you're moving on the touchpad, for example. I also use it actually a lot for driving. Right behind that you have the suspension control where you can raise and lower the car. You also have the heads-up display. I don't know if you can see it so well, but it shows you the position of the car. It shows you the charge and the connection of the cell phone, the kilometers per hour, and the radio station. You have different drive modi, from off-road to eco, comfort to sport, and then individual. In the different driving modes, actually the off-road mode will be that you have the highest ground clearance. When you go to the sport, you also feel the car goes really down. As you can see here on the right, if I now change the car suspension to, for example, off-road, you will see the car will go up. Inside you will always, of course, have the sunglass hat. You will have the SOS button, the Mercedes Me button, the lighting buttons, and this car is also equipped with a really nice sunroof, panoramic sunroof, so that's also quite nice. The seats are the sport seats from the AMG package. You also have a quite big box where you can put also your phone in. You have also another USB-C charging port. Here, of course, as I already told you, you have the nice new steering wheel where you have the cruise control on the left where you can set it, resume it. You also have, as you can see here, where you can choose how much distance the car should keep to the car driving in front of you. You also can set up the limiter or go to the menu. On the right side you have the radio volume controls and the phone controls, and you can steer the right display with the touchpad here. So let's go into the trunk or the boot, depending on which country you are. It is electric. You open it with pressing the Mercedes star. It's quite big. You can do a lot of shopping with it. In the boot you have the steering for the tow bar, you have the closing and the closing and locking button. You have quite some nice space, you have some net there again, and quite a lot of space down here, actually. Wow, a lot of space there. This actually you can also fold out if you want to have it the complete way, or put it in. Really nice. In the trunk you have also the lowering of the suspension in the back. For example, if you want to put something heavy in the trunk, you can always use this function to just lower the car in the back. You can also fold the seats, but then it's manually, since it's a coupe. Nice. Let's close it up. So, let's take the car for a ride. So as we drive on these nice roads here around actually Malmö, I really like the sound of the 6-cylinder engine. It's just like, listen to this. It just sounds badass. For diesel, of course. Yeah, let's do a kick down. Okay, yeah, it's the 400d. It is the power. Wow, it pushes you really nicely into the seats. That's the power of the turbo diesel. It's nice. It's really nice. 50 so. Completely honest, this car is also really nice to cruise with. It's like this, yeah, cruising around, cruising along the streets. Actually, this is a nice area here. So it's like, this car is made for cruising as well. Of course, you have the off-road package as well, so you can go off-road, but how often does that happen? Yeah, it's really nice. It doesn't feel like you're driving the speed. I'm now driving 70 kilometers an hour, but you don't feel it. So you always try to drive faster, or you think at least you can drive faster. But I just love the sound. Indicators so it doesn't shake. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to show you now the cruise control. So the cruise control is actually like, it's not the final stage, meaning if I now put on the cruise control on the speed limit, put the cruise control now on the speed limit. I see a green steering wheel here, and I can actually take my hands off the wheel. Of course, you always need to be prepared to take over from the car. But for example, after 15 seconds, the car starts to show, oh, touch the steering wheel, you touch the steering wheel, and you can let go again. The car is driving itself. Completely honest, 10 years ago, when I was driving on vacation, I was like, you had the cruise control, of course, but you still had to drive and do all of this. How cool is it now that actually the car is driving itself? It's like, for me, it's like a really cool thing. I don't know about you guys. This only works, of course, if it's motorway driving or on the normal road outside of town, because the car, of course, doesn't turn for you or this kind of things. It just there's a car, goes to the left lane, takes over the car and goes back into the right lane. That the autopilot or the driving assistance is not doing yet. Of course, this is just a taste of what we are going to have in the future. In the future, I think the car is going to drive on autopilot. The car is going to take care of the driving situation. The driver is not going to be needed to do anything anymore. So it's, I would say it's really like a first step into the automated future. This is it. This is the end for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If yes, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget that, so I can make many more videos for you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.